Hey guys, welcome to Selenium with Java June 2022 batch online training session 7. So in the last 4 session, right, session 3 to 6, I already covered that Java part, basic Java, advanced Java, along with the collection framework, ops concept, as well as the multi-threading. Today I will cover the remaining standalone functionality from the Selenium WebDriver, and from tomorrow onward, right, next two session will be on the TestNG framework. Then we will go for the other framework, then BDD and Cucumber. So in today's session, I'll cover how you can handle the frames, how to drag and drop an element, how to capture the screenshot, what is implicit and explicit wait time, how to perform headless browser testing, what is the importance of ByAll element locator, and how to select an option from auto suggest dropdown. So what is frame? So in case you are navigating to any web page, right, sometime you find that, right, some frame is available, right, kind of header, advertisement, all this kind of frame available, right. So frame is a web page which is embedded in another web page, or an HTML document embedded inside another HTML document. The frame is often used to insert content from another source, such as an advertisement, into a web page. The frame tag specifies the frame, but normally sometime you will not able to write and understand whether the frame is available or not. But in case any frame is available, right, you cannot do the operations normally. That's the problem. So you have to handle the frame, and in Selenium WebDriver, right, there is an kind of options available for handling the frame, right. It is driver.switch2.frame, that is the options available. But first thing is that you need to identify the frame, and then you need to navigate to that frame, particular frame. There can be multiple frame as well, right. Suppose in case 2 3 4 5 frame available, then how can I handle the frame? In case only one frame is available, you can easily handle maybe, but in case multiple frame available, how can I handle the frame, right. So user cannot detect the frame but just seeing the frame. That is the problem. So you need to open the application, right, in any of the browser. You need to right click on the page. If the user is able to find the options like reload frame, then there must be a frame inside the web page. But suppose the frame is only particular section. So if you click on the particular section, maybe you can find able to reload frame, but it is not throughout the page, right? So that is another problem. Then how can you find the frame without kind of coding part? So you need to press F12 button, you need to press Ctrl F, and you need to search with iframe. In case any iframe is available, you can get the result, right. Then how can you handle the frame? You can get the total number, right, how many frame is available. So you need to use that by tag iframe, right. So tag name will be iframe, and then you can get the size, you can print out the size. So let's, before handling the frame, let's see how we can, right, from the UI level itself validate whether the frame is available in the page or not. Suppose this is the page, right, Facebook page. If you right click, you are not able to see reload of frame option, right. Suppose say if you press Ctrl F as well, right, F12 button first, F12 button, or maybe the view page source, that is similar thing. No, I don't think. Okay, another let's press F12 button here, one F12 button from your keyboard. Okay, and you can type it here, right, the iframe. In case any frame is available, Control F, then type iframe, right. So that is the way you can get to know whether throughout the page any iframe is there or not, right. You could able to see there is a iframe, right. You can go to the iframe and you can find out. But in case any frame is available, the tag name should be iframe, but here nothing, tag name is not starting. Okay, that is in the mediator, but that means that no frame is available. In case tag name is starting with iframe, that means the frame is available. Tag name, right, you know that what is the tag, right. HTML is the tag, right, input is the tag. These are the different kind of tag is available. Head is the tag. So if you go to that page right here, if you click here, you are not able to see kind of any kind of thing, right, load by frame. But here the frame is available in the particular section. If you right click here, you could see reload frame, view frame source. This is the option available. You can easily identify that particular frame is available, but not throughout the page. In a section of the page is available. Apart from that, you can press F12 here, right. If you press F12, then again same. If you can press Control F, then if you can type iframe, Control F, iframe, right, you could see iframe only one of one, but this is a tag. This is a div tag, iframe tag. Until the tag, it is not in frame, because any iframe word can be there. Suppose I am creating a particular object called iframe abcd, so that word can be visible, it can be searchable, but you need to search with the tag name, because that is signifying the iframe, right? That is the ending with iframe tag. So then you can easily understand there is a frame available. So in case you are not handling the frame, you will not able to perform the operation. That is the challenge. So that is the reason you need to handle the frame. So whenever you want to handle the frame, there is three options available. One is driver dot switch to, right, dot frame number. You can provide the number in case you are having the number, or you can provide that kind of id or the frame, right, or index of the frame, or some reference of the frame, right? So in case you are having only one frame, the index will be 0. In case you are having 2, 1, 2, 3 frame, index will be 0, 1, 2, right? Or if you have the name frame id or name, so that's fine, right? Sometimes it is available here, the frame id or name, but here it is not available. Here the only one iframe, so its index will be 0. So that is the one way. Another way is that the class reference is the demo class, so we can identify the frame with the reference class. So that is the two way I can identify the frame. But in case some of the particular page, right, maybe I just worked on the client specific page, but that will not be open here, but where like name is also there for the frame, right? Sometimes id is available there. In case something called available name or id, then you can identify the frame with the help of, right, you can handle the frame with id and name as well. Okay, let's first try to handle, write down some query for dragging and dropping the element. So you can see there is a drag and drop option, right? So that part I'll be cover how to drag and drop, right? You could see this is the option. I can drag and drop here, right? So that is the drag and drop options available. Okay, so I will try to do the dragging and dropping. Let's see, try to run our code. So here I have created a class session 7 for today's class. I am setting the properties for the Chrome driver, right? And then I am creating an object or instance for the web driver. Then I am maximizing the driver. I am passing the URL for that particular URL, whatever I want to interact, right? Then what I will be doing, I will be creating a source element, and I am creating a target element. This is my source element, right? I want to click the source and I want to place in the target, right? So let's try to create two elements called source and target. So it will be web element, source, or draggable, droppable, whatever you want to give. It will be driver dot find. Let's try to see here first what is the different attribute available, right? So for that source, if you inspect it here, right, you could see id available called draggable. Okay, so I can inspect with the help of id, right? Draggable, driver dot find, one second, driver dot find element, right? Then by dot id. What is my id of that element? Right, it is coming from the parent class. So here it is only text is there, but it is coming from the same div. So it is that is the id, draggable. I can use that id, draggable. Then I'll be creating another thing for that so destination, right, or the target, right? You need to import web element class from the origin.openq.selenium. Then we'll be creating a target. What is my target? Let's try to inspect the target. So you can see the id is droppable because it is getting dropped here, right? So that is my target. So I can change it here. So I already identified source and destination. Then how can I drag and drop, right? So I need to create a object or instance for the actions class. There is a actions class available in Selenium WebDriver. So I'll be creating object or instance for the actions class. It suppose this is the object equal to, how can I create it? So new actions. Here I need to provide the driver information, object information. That is the only difference. Otherwise remaining thing of the same thing, right? Similar way you can create the object or instance. In Java you already learned how to create the object or instance for any kind of class, right? After that, with the help of that object or instance whatever you created, right, if you press dot, right, then you can find there is an options called drag and drop, right? There are some sort of method available for double click, right? If you want to right click, right, If you want to double click, context click, right, click and hold all this stuff, but here I'll be doing the drag and drop. You can see that is the true thing available, right? Web element source and web element target is coming from the actions class, right? You can see if you just move your cursor here, right, it is from coming from the action class. So here I'll be giving source, this is my source and this is my target, right? This is the variable you will be coming. So that's why you can drag and drop it. So if you run your code, will it run? Because that element are available inside that frame. So until you handle the frame, it will not work. So that is the problem. Let's try to run it without handling the frame and let's see what the problem is appearing. So I'll be right click here. We run as Java application. So it will definitely not able to identify the element because you are not going to the frame. So in case frame is available, you need to go to the frame first. After that, or though your element locator ID is correct, but as it is not going to the frame, right, element area, it is not able to identify the element. So that is the reason your code will fail and it will say that object not identifiable like that, right? You could see here, it will not able to identify the source and target. It will throw the error. What is the error? Right? You could see no such element, unable to locate the element, no such element exception, because as you are not handling the frame, it is unable to, right, identify the element, right? So let's see how we can handle the frame. Before that, how we can get the exact count from here from the my code itself. So here you already know, right, there will be one frame, right? If you start with iframe, right, you already see, right, only one is coming with the tag name. So that is mean only one iframe is available, right? That is the one iframe tag, one of one. But I will try to see how we can get the exact count from my code itself. So driver dot find elements, right, it will be find elements. Okay, here I'll, because it can be multiple, that is the reason you need to use it, right? By dot tag name, right, where what tag I need to give it. So I need to keep that tag name called iframe here because its tag name is iframe. So same tag name I'll be passing it here. So let's complete it because it will return type will be integer, right? So I can just store in some integer int frame count, right? Driver dot finds elements by dot tag name dot size, yeah, so that it will give you can see after that it is coming from the list interface and its type is integer. So I'll be storing in some integer. Then if you want to print out, right, you can simply print out the frame count, so it will give you the count as 1, that variable. So that is the way you can, without even interacting with that page, right, you can get to know how many frame is available in that particular page or not. Now let's try to run it. So let's see, to open the page and it will give the count in the console, right? It will be open, count will be 1. So that is the first way you can get to know whether any frame is available or not. In case any available, right, definitely you need to handle the frame. So there is 3 way with either name or ID or the indexing number or the frame element reference. So here only 2 things is available, so we'll try to interact. In case other thing, name is available, ID is available, you can just handle it that way. There is no much difference. So definitely page will open and you can get the output in the console because I want to get the number here, right? You can see here the count is coming as 1 because that is my output, right? So you can get to know how to get the count of the frame. Now let's try to handle the frame, right, and then try to interact here, right? So I look removing the comment. So one way here for handling the frame here, right? You already seen here driver dot switch to dot frame, right? So that is the method, switch to dot frame. So here you need to write it driver dot switch to it is coming from the driver class, right? You see that is the switch to method, right? If you press switch to, then if you press dot again, so frame will be coming, right? Frame, you can see the frame first one is the integer argument, that will be index, string it will be frame number, and then frame reference, it will show element type. Web element type means driver dot find out, find element, right? Again, right? Web element reference. So that is the way you can definitely understand what is the frame. So it is integer argument 0 means index, string means name, right? And then it is reference of the web element reference. So I will be first trying with the index. So here index is nothing but the 0, so it is integer, so I will be just simply pressing 0. And after that, if you want to, right, just do the operation, identify the source and target, and then drag and drop. It will be, source will be placed to the target. It will be happen. So it will try to open the page. It will try to navigate to the frame with the help of the frame index, because only one frame, so it will, the index is by default 0. And after that, you will identify the element, source and destination, then it will press, drag and drop the source to the target. So it will happen here now in the code. It's taking some time because it is giving some time to load the page. No, it will not be doing, because the another thing we need to just, we have given the drag and drop, right? So it is just trying to drag and drop, but it is operation is not performing. That is the reason it is not happening. After that, we need to use that to another method called .build.perform. Then only operation will be successful. So it is trying to identify the source and a target, right? But until you are build and perform, it will not happen. .build.perform. So this is the method you need to do it, so that automatically your drag and drop will be happening. So run as here. So if you want to run it here, it will be extensively performed. Now you could see drag and drop is getting happen, right? From drag and drop. So that's why this is the one way you can handle the frame. Other way I will show you what is the other way. So in case you are having the frame name, you can just enter the frame name here in the string, right? Then double quote. Other way is the web element reference driver dot switch to, right, dot frame, right? Here I will be selecting that one, web element reference. So you need to give the web element reference, means driver dot find element. Again here you need to give it, so by dot class name, because that particular frame is having the class name, right? So if you go to the frame here, right, if you go to the frame here, you could be able to see that particular frame is having the class name demo hyphen frame. So that particular class name I can use it. Through that web element reference, I can handle the frame as well, right? So that's the three way you can just try to handle your frame. So here you will learn how to handle the frame with different types and how to drag and drop an web element, right? So this is the two thing. The next part, in that particular context, I will show you how to capture the screenshot, because capturing screenshot is very, very important, guys, in the real time as well. Because for as a tester, in case your test case is getting passed or failed, does not matter, right? Otherwise you need to capture the screenshot. Okay. so I'll apply here how to capture the screenshot here, right? You can see drag and drop is happening. Okay, so that is the way, right? We can handle the frame with the help of the index. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so multiple frame is multiple frame you cannot handle at the same time, right? Either you have to go to the one frame. In case the inner frame is there, right? Sometimes inner frame can be there, so you need to go to the outer frame first. After that, you need to go to the inner frame again. So that's how you can handle the frame, inner frame. So suppose you no, right now I'm not having that one. Okay, maybe I can give some reference you can try for handling it. After, in case it is not working, maybe I will give. I think I already created some video for that one also. For Selenium with C has, but not Selenium with Java. Okay, so yeah, yeah. I will provide that information. Okay, so in case it's two frame is there, it will be one frame will be outer frame, one frame will be inner frame. So first your control need to be divert.switch2.frame outer frame, right? Then you need to go to the again divert.switch2.inner frame details. Then automatically same way, otherwise no difference. Okay, so first thing will be that your outer frame, same way. Outer frame will be having the ID or name or index, and then again you need to copy the same line here again, right? Either your reference or your web element, then you can go to the inner frame, right? Then you can directly work. Otherwise, no difference. Same thing. First, you need to go to the outer frame, and then you can go to the inner frame. Okay. Then I will go to that screenshot part. So this is the three topics is linked today. I mean linked, so that after that, in case any specific doubt, we'll cover it. So, capturing the screenshot for the test execution is one of the important script in any of the test automation which help user to identify defect and problem by referring the screenshot. So I was mentioning, right, in case you are doing functional testing, automation testing, any kind of testing does not problem, does not have any difference. Every time for the pass, fail, navigation, you need to capture the screenshot to certify that you already worked on that, right? Okay, so Selenium WebDriver provides text screenshot interface. Please be remembered, it's interface to capture a screenshot of the web page when an exception of error occurred during the execution of the code. So whenever you are trying to go to the different type, right, just try to understand what is method, what is class, and what is interface. That might be confusing, right? Okay, so when a tester tests any application, maybe many of the functionality not working compared to the expected result. So tester log this defect and tells the developer about the getting defect in the code and suggests to fix the defect or bug to retest once again. However, developer will not accept it. BA will not accept it until you are having the providing that particular evidence, right? So that is the thing. So developer might sometime need to analyze it based on your screenshot. That is the reason, right? So screenshot taking is the mandatory, right, as part of your evidence, so that you can justify it, right, to the respective stakeholder. So screenshot can be taken in different format like PNG, JPG, or JPG. So what are the primary reason also apart from that? In case application issue, application failure, right, unable to find out the element, timeout issue, or sometime exceptions error, application crash, right, you need to just take the screenshot always. Okay, so how you can capture the screenshot? This is a three-step process. It is a three-steps process, right? So first is you need to create an object or instance of the text screenshot interface, because it's an interface you cannot directly create an object or instance, so you need to typecast the driver. After that, you need to call create screenshot as method, which is already available in the text screenshot interface, to create an image file which is provided by that interface to capture the screenshot of the web page in the driver object. Right here you could see source file, right, screenshot.get screenshot as output type.file. So that is the specified in the screenshot method will return the capture screenshot in the form of the file. Then I will be just with the help of the file handler, right, class, right, I'll copy the source file to the destination file, then my it's will be done. So this is three-step process. So let's see how we can implement in the real time as well. So first, suppose say after target is getting placed, right, so I want to capture the screenshot. So I'll be creating object or instance here for the text screenshot method, right, first. So it will be text screenshot, it will be text screenshot. One second. Yeah, so I can create any variable called scr screenshot equal to, I need to typecast the driver. One second, let me see whether the pronoun is exact correct. Text screenshot. Yeah, so I need to typecast the driver, then driver, and again I need to close end with that. So that is the first step. So now you need to import it, take screenshot interface from the Selenium org.openq.selenium, right? Then what is my next step, right? So what is my next step? Next step will be that I will be, right, creating a source file, right? So first thing is that I'll be calling that screenshot method, right? Then dot get screenshot as, you can see this is the type as output type, right? So output type means output for type dot file. So here I need to press output type dot, if you press it will come as a file, right? You can see it is coming as a file. So I need to store in some file. Return type will be java.io file. So I'll be storing at some file. So here I can remove that one, no required. Output.file, so I'll be storing in some file class, suppose say source file, src file, right? I need to import the file class. I need to end with semicolon. Then I need to import the file class java.io. Then I'll be creating a destination class, right? So file equal to dest file, right? So destination class I can just create it. So say equal to, I need to provide the path, right? So it will be new file and then the path, right? So suppose say I want to create a file in my D drive, right? Suppose say, so in my D drive there is a screenshot folder, right? And I need to create a screenshot here. So it will be within the double quote slash slash the screenshot name, suppose say scr, right, dot png, right? So that is the thing we need to give it. So we are hard coding it, right? I will show you in case you don't want to hard code it. So what is the problem will happen also hard coding, I will also let you know. Then I will be calling file handler. You can see automatically coming file handler, right, from the org.openq.selenium.iog file handler dot copy. There is a copy method, right? File from and file to. So what is the file? My source file, and I want to place in the destination file. So that is a simple three-step process for capturing the screenshot. Because as and when you are using the file handler, you need to surround with some try catch block, or you need to throw some declaration. So I can go with the exception. Okay. Now let's try to run it. Let's see whether the capture screenshot with the help of scr.png in the D drive with the screenshot name. Drag and drop, and then it will capture the screenshot as well, right? Let's see that, go to the D drive, okay, and let's see, right? scr folder has been created, right? Date you can see 16/7/2022, right? 7:31 p.m. Now if you open it, just open with any of the format, just try to double click here. So it will open it, right, after dragging and dropping. But next question is that, so in case again you want to run your code, your previous screenshot will be replaced, because it will only same name, the fixed name. And even I want to take the screenshot before drag and drop, right, I can create it. So in case you need to create multiple screenshot, so you do not hard code it. Instead of that, you need to create a method, right? You could see then drag and drop screenshot has been captured. Even if you run it now, your original screenshot will be replaced to the new one, and your same you will not able to capture it, right? So that is the reason, instead of the fixed name, you can give something called not hard coded part, right? So here let's give it till that part, right? Then just give double quote again and give concatenation, and then here I will be giving system dot current time millis. So it will be unique in nature, right? It will be unique always. Then again concatenation sign, and then png part you can double quote, giving double quote, right? Now you can see, one second, what the problem is coming. Yeah, so I think there's a double. Yeah, okay. So now you are able to see everything will be in double quote, sorry, current millisecond, right? If you run it now, let's quit the driver as well. So no need to quit the manually. So similar way it will open the page, it will drag and drop the element, it will capture the screenshot, it will close the browser. The next question is that I have not hard coded the screenshot name, right? But still, in case I would require screenshot for the 5 times after opening the page, after drag and drop again, after performing some operation, then is it possible to write the same line again and again and again? Like, might be some difficulty, might be some problem. So that is the reason in real time we should create a method, right? Now if you go to the D drive, right, you could see, right, some screenshot has been created with current date, right, and timestamp. So this is the 1733, right? This is the current stem created, right? So this is the current stem. That way you can validate. So it will not replace anything because in millisecond is unique, right? I mean seconds can be common in second, it can work too, but millisecond will be unique. So that is the way, right? You can write instead of hard coding the name, right? Let's remove all the screenshot from now from the folder, right? Then I'll be creating a method here, right? So let's copy the same line of code here, cut the same line of code and try to create a method here. So in that thing I'll be creating a method called public static, so that no need to create an object or instance. So that is the reason I will telling, right, you will be real time will be using the static keyword, so that will no need to create an object or instance. Automatically we can copy that, I mean call that method, right? Public static void any method name you can give, suppose say capture screenshot, and this is a method name. Here you need to give some two reference, one is the WebDriver reference, WebDriver driver, comma, file path. So this is the return type is string, file path, right? File where you are capturing, storing it. So this is the two reference we need to provide it, and then again second bracket, that is the standard way. So here I have not hard coding that thing, right? So I am giving it file path, right? So instead of here the hard coding, right, I can give the reference of file path. So whenever I'll be calling it, maybe just keep it, comment out it, and then instead of that one I'll be creating file dest file equal to new file, right? So that is the variable I am giving it, right? Okay, so test file, okay, yeah. So again error coming, right? I need to surround with throws declaration or surround with try catch block, so I can give exceptions because this is the class, this is the method level, I need to give it. Okay, so now my method has been created, where now I can use that method whenever it is required, right? So how I can call the method in the real time? Okay, so what is my class name? Here class name is session 7. So I'll, whenever I require, I'll be just calling. Suppose say after opening the page I want to take the screenshot, right? So here I'll be calling that class dot. If you press dot, because the method is static in nature, so no need to create an object or instance, automatically you can call it, right, where you need to give the driver and the file path. So file path I need to give it like that here, right? That is the file path I want to give it. So you can just simply give it, so that automatically it will take the default path. 1 second. Okay, now I think error message gone. So similar way, even after, right, this is right, you can just simply use it, right? You can see how easily I can call it, right, the method whenever required. In case you are going to other page, right, you can again do it, right? Right, so that way every time you can capture the screenshot. So that is the better way, right? You can just need to create the method reusable component with the static in nature, so that no need to create an object. Automatically you will be just changing the right path, I mean variable, whatever you have taken, two variable WebDriver and the file path which is string in nature. So that is the reason you are giving it string, and you are not hard coding the name. Instead of that, you are trying to generate with the current millisecond format in the D drive. Any drive you can mention it. Now just try to run your code, and let's see, it should be captured two screenshot. One is after the page and one is after the drag and drop. So that is the beauty of the capturing the screenshot very easiest way. Okay, I can say this is the very easiest way I have gone through so far. So it will open the page and it will capture the screenshot, right, with the current millisecond. Again, it will drag and drop and it will capture the screenshot. It will close the browser. Okay, now it's already operation wise it is fine. Now go to the folder here and let's see whether the two folder has been created. Yeah, you could see, right? Let's open one by one. So one will be after capture, after drag and drop, and one will be just after opening the page. So now with the same method, right, I can use any number of time for every step, for every drop down value, right, whenever is required, right? For every navigation I can capture it, right? You just call it. So whatever navigation, whatever value you are entering, it will just, you can see the first one is just opening the page. There is no drag and drop happen, right? And then go to the second one. This is my second one, right? So if you see that, it will be drag and drop will be happening. So that is the three way, right? Three thing I have tried to combine it, right? One is the drag and drop, one is that how to handle the frame, and how to capture the screenshot, and in detail level, guys. Okay, so is it clear? Any questions? Any doubt? Because that is very required important, guys, right? Frame and the capture screenshot. Okay, because every time you have to capture the screen, otherwise there is no testing benefit, right? You are, whatever testing you are doing, that is not kind of implying anything. Okay, okay, the next topics will be implicit and explicit wait. So why, what is wait? So from the name itself, wait means you are waiting for some time, right? You suggesting, right? So why wait is required? So in case you are opening some page, right, sometime there is a huge number of kind of Ajax element available, or sometime huge number of images available. Hmm. Yeah, whatever you want to do, right? If you can give it .png, if you can give it dot other thing, right? This is the thing available. Ha 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 ha. Hmm. No. Actually, in the real time also, right? In the automation, most of the thing it will be only at that level. In the step level, we used to attach the screenshot. In the automation, most of the automation, it will be attached whenever test case you are attaching it. Whenever you will be, you'll be generating some result, right? For each and every step, whenever you are doing it, that particular step it will be added. Most of the automation I have worked like that only. Yeah, it is not. Yeah, right. Individual step wise, right? And in case anything is failing, you can go to that one, right? It will be not that one, but yeah, we can do it, but it will be very very complicated. In case project is demand, if some sort of complication is there, it will take at least, I mean, you need to spend at least 10 hours to 20 hours time to implement this. Okay, some time. Okay, so that is the very very customized part, right? Yeah. Okay. So right, whenever you want to load the page, right, sometime because of that kind of stuff, right, the web element, suppose say images or other stuff, it might take some time to load the page. Okay, so sometime your script can fail, right, in case it is not loaded some default time, right? So that is the reason, right, you need to give some extra time, additional time, so that page will be loaded. But in case you are giving it so, right, so that what problem will happen, sometime other operation might be happen in 1 second, but in case you are hard coding something, right, so that will be problem. Why? Because every time it will wait for that time, 1 minute time, 30 minutes second time, so it will overall delay the execution. So there is a problem, but there is an also drawback also there. So to handle this thing, instead of the thread.sleep, right, we have already seen thread.sleep we have used, but thread.sleep is not recommended to use in the real time. For your verification time, for your debugging part, you can use it, but in the real time we should not use it, because it will delay the execution unnecessary. In case your screen is visible in a 2 second time, but in case you are giving thread.sleep 10 seconds, it will wait for the 10 seconds. So that is the reason better is go to with the implicit wait and the explicit wait. Okay, implicit wait means it will be at the driver level, means it is at the page level. So it will wait for the complete page for the maximum time. So whatever you are giving, 30 minutes, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, like that, right? After that, in case your page is not loaded, it will throw the error. But in case your page is loaded by 20 seconds, it will not wait for 1 minute or 30 seconds. It will go to the next step immediately. So this is called implicit wait, right? Another one is explicit wait. Explicit wait is not specific to the page. It is not at the driver level, my page level, but it is a specific entity level or the element level. Suppose say in a particular page there may be maybe 100 element, but your objective is to work with one element. So definitely I am really bothered about 99 element for particular test cases, right? When for other test cases that element might be important, but for particular whatever test case I have executed, I really bother only one element, because that element I need to click and then I need to go to the next step. So as and when that element will visible and clickable, all this stuff will happen, immediately I will go to the next step. That is called the explicit wait. It is specific to element condition or specific to a particular condition. So that's why we can handle the right timeout or the wait thing, right? So when a page is loaded by the browser, the element which user want to interact might take some time to complete load, as most of the web applications are developed using Ajax and JavaScript. It makes user difficult to identify the element, and in case element is found due to page load, it will throw element not visible exception. So the element not visible exception, object not elimination primary, there are many way. One is that kind of wait problem, right? One is kind of um, maybe the element identified is not correct, or element locator value got changed. And another is the kind of that any kind of sorry, what is that, in the previous frame is available. So these are the primary reason where this kind of element error can occur. Okay, so using wait, user can resolve the problem. So implicit waits are used to provide a default waiting time between each consecutive step or command across the entire test script. Thus, the subsequent test step will only execute when the that have elapsed after executing the previous test or command, right? So default timeout, in case you are not giving it, will be 0 seconds. So how can you give it? Should be driver level, right? So here before starting it, right, you can give the implicit wait. Okay, before or after opening the page also you can give it. Before better to before opening the page. So driver dot manage dot timeout, right, dot implicit wait, right? So there are other things there like page load timeout. I do not use the set skip timeout, but page load timeout also similar to the thread.sleep. So means in case your page is loaded, right? Suppose you are giving 30 seconds, but in case your page is loaded by 20 seconds, it will still wait for the 30 seconds. That is the drawback. So that is the reason page load timeout is not used. Implicit wait, in case your particular step is happening in 30 seconds, right? And in case you given one timeout as 1 minute, but it will not wait for the 1 minute. It as and when it is completed, it will go to the next step. So So that is the reason implicit await and that explicit will be used it. So here argument you need to give, right? Suppose say right, first one, that argument one, it will be unit. So it will be what unit you need to give, time unit dot seconds or minutes or wait format, hour format, like you can give it. So I'll be give it seconds. Suppose say I want to give it 30 second maximum. So that's so you can give it implicit way. Okay, let's comment out this part. So this is the implicit way you already giving, right? Then you can navigate to one page. So it will be the step level, right? From one step to another step, it will be wait for 30 seconds. In case still is not available, then only it will kind of display the error, element not visible, page not visible, like that, right? So I will go for the other page here, the Facebook page. I will try with that. So this is the implicit wait. Then explicit wait. So explicit wait is used to pause the execution until the time a particular condition is met or the maximum time has been elapsed. So explicit wait are applied for a particular instance only. Explicit wait gives better option than that of the implicit wait, as it will wait for the dynamically loaded Ajax element. Means it will only work for a particular element. Because I already mentioned, right, for a particular page I just want to only check for one element existence or click level, all this stuff. So as and when it will be interactable or visible, right, immediately I will perform the operation and go to the next page. I really care about the 99 remaining element, right? So that is the way I can create it. I will show you how to create it. So these are the different kind of cases, right, to find single element, multiple element, to check the web page title URL, to check element status, interact with the frame. These are the different part we can use it. And these are the different expected condition user can use in explicit way. Right, you can check whether the alert is present, element to be clickable, selectable, URL is matching, right, title is matching, title containing, right, kind of different text is already available, like that, right? So I will try to give one or two example here. Okay, how to work with the explicit way. So okay, so first you think that you need to create a wait from the WebDriver wait element reference, right? So I'll be creating WebDriver element reference first. Okay, so suppose say it will be WebDriver wait. So I'm giving the variable name as wait equal to new WebDriver wait, and here you need to give the driver reference and whatever. Suppose say I want to wait for 45 seconds. No time unit is required, automatically will take the seconds format only. Now you need to import it. Suppose say after opening the Facebook page, I want to check, right, whether my title is matching, right? So here you could see, as and when you are opening the Facebook page, your title is having Facebook login or sign up. So I want to check my Facebook title is matching or not. In case it is not matching, I don't want to go to the other page, right? So here what you need to do, right, you need to uh, create a boolean variable, right? So it will be true or false also, right? Title match, matching condition, that is my variable name, right? And then how can I vary check? I'll be creating the wait, right? Then you need to give until, right? That is the method you need to call, right? And you already see here I have given wait dot until, right? Wait dot expected condition, right? And then the expected condition, right? So what is the expected condition here in the argument? So it will be giving expected conditions dot, right? You can see automatically all the method whatever I was talking about, right, it will be coming here. So here I want to check title, right? So let's place title, title. So I will check title contents. So in case it is containing the Facebook word, that will be my first pass, right? I don't want to go for the details one, but if you want to check the details, so you can validate, right? Title match, like that, whatever condition is available, relevant condition you can available. So title contains Facebook, so that is the boolean value I want to store, right? then I want to print it. So that is my condition. So similar way, it is very important, right? So now let's try to run it. In case it is matching, it will print it out. So that is a different condition, whatever it will come as per the expected condition, right, class. So you can validate based on the relevant your strategy or requirement. So that is the one part. Another part I'll also cover maybe. Okay. So there is a lot of things you can try by your end, right? All the stuff one by one. Okay. I can keep some condition also, right? Diver dot quit. Only condition is matching, it will quit, right? You can see now it is coming as true because it is having that condition with the help of the WebDriver wait. So it will wait for 45 seconds maximum, right? Until it is matching, it will not go to the next step. After that, it will close. If you give that one divert dot quit, it will quit it. Okay, that is the one way. Another way, maybe another thing we can check here, right? So same thing, there is no impact here. Now maybe suppose say in case my page is getting displayed, right? I want to click suppose a particular link here, right? Suppose say I want to click a link called what is that? Yeah, create a page link. I want to click. In case that particular link is visible and clickable, right? Like that. So I want to click it, right? So here I need to create a web element. Suppose say create click. What is the link name? Create a page. Click create a page link. That is my variable. Then how can I just go to that variable with the help of wait class? So similar way, right? It will be wait dot until. Same thing will be there, common in nature. There will be no change. And here, what is my condition? Dot condition will be element to be clickable, right? Element to be clickable. And here you need to give the locator. You can see. I need to give the web element locator, right? Right. So it will be like that here. I need to give here, right? By dot link text. So what is my link text? So you can find out, right? You can inspect the element and you can go to the link text. So that is my link, right? 1 second. Yeah, create a page. So in case as and when it is visible, immediately it will click on that, right? Maximum timeout is 45 seconds. So in case it is not clickable by 45 seconds, then it will throw the error, right? So that is the kind of explicit timeout. So it is specific condition, based on the expected condition it will check, right? Then immediately it will click on that. So here error, let's save it. I need to give here one. Okay, I need to end with another one. So it will be, I am clicking on that one. Dot, right? As and when it is visible, I will be clicking on that. I don't want to care about the other element. That is my condition. But maximum wait time, it will wait for 45 seconds. Until that, after that, in case this not element is clickable, it will throw the error. Right? So that is the explicit way. So thread.sleep or page.load timeout, you should not use it in the real time. Otherwise, it will, even your element is visible or clickable in 5 seconds, 10 seconds, but whatever maximum timeout it will giving, right? It will wait for that one, and definitely it will delay the execution. So it will open the page, and after that, it will check whether the create a page link is available or not. Once it is available, is it clickable or not? As soon as it is clickable, right? Immediately it will click on that link, and it will go to the next page. So that is the objective here. You could see it is getting clicked immediately without waiting for the other element to be loaded as well also, right? So that is the beauty of the explicit wait. In the real time also you will go with the explicit wait. And definitely you can use the implicit array as well. Suppose you want to give some default timeout for each and every steps, right? So that it will wait instead of throwing the error. But it is not hard-coded value. In case your operation is successful before that timeout, it will immediately navigate to the next step, waiting for the hard-coded part. But in case you are giving page load timeout or the thread.sleep, it will, even your operation is successful, but it will still wait for that maximum time. It will delay the execution. But implicit and explicit will help you not to delay much in the execution. Is it clear, guys? Any questions before going to the next step, next topics? Okay. Okay. Then I will show you headless browser testing. So by the name itself, headless means there is no head right here, but the browser. So here, what is the meaning of the headless browser testing? So sometime some of the application, right, especially for the Linux application, there will be no browser. Some of the system, right, there is no browser installed at all. So will it stop you from the execution standpoint? So that is my next question, right? So can I do the execution without browser even at all? At all, some of the system is not having the browser. Yes, the answer is yes. But as the browser is not there, you will not able to visualize the execution, but you will get the required output screenshot everything. That is the internal logic. You no need to worry about that. That is the internal capabilities they are having, right? So performing test execution of the web application without opening a browser is called headless browser testing. The headless browser acts similar to a normal web browser. User have full control over the web page loaded into the headless browser. The only difference is user will not able to see the graphical user interface or the GUI. Right? User have no options other than using headless testing browser where user machine do not have any GUI. For instance, if you want to run test in Unix, especially there is no GUI available. It is recommended to use headless browser when tests are executed in parallel as user interface based browser consume a lot of memory resource. Sometimes in case you want to open the browser, in case you want to do in the multiple browser, it might take some memory, right? That was I telling, right? In case multiple processor is working, right? Multiple thread is working, it might take some time, but I don't want to open it, so definitely it will be faster, right? So that the headless browser can be recommended to use, right, for the server side performance testing also. Anyone can run test case using headless browser. Then user will get the result just I mean definitely short span of time compared to the browser opening part. So when user have to run the test cases on the remote machine or server which does not have any browser setup, right? But still user have to execute the test cases, then they can try with the headless browser testing. Some of the example of the headless browser include HTML unit, that is the primarily used. Ghost, Phantom JS, Chrome, Zombie.js, OATR WebDriver, that is can be used, but primarily HTML unit and the Chrome, that is the true browser I can use it. So here you already see a Chrome browser, we are able to see it, right? Execution, all the stuff. But here we can also disable it, right? So that only execution will happen, but with the help of Chrome browser, but you will not able to visualize the execution. Okay. So HTML is the best lightest weight and fastest implemented headless browser for WebDriver. So it is very lightweight. That is the reason if you use the HTML unit driver, it will take very less time to execute a test case. In case your other browser is taking maybe 2 hour time, it might take 1.5 hours. So definitely you can save. I'm just giving example, not exactly, but I'm giving example. So you might save 20% effort, right, from the overall execution standpoint. It is based on HTML unit. It is known as headless browser driver. It is same as Chrome, IE, Firefox, but it does not have any UI. These are the different features, right? Is having it supports HTTP, HTTPS, it supports proxy support, it supports cookies, right? It supports JavaScript support, right? These are the different kind of features available. So what is the syntax? So before that, you need to install that HTML unit driver, right? So you can just go to the Google, right? And you can just type the HTML unit driver. Then HTML unit, that is the thing you need to use. HTML unit driver. So HTML unit jar download, and you can download in desktop or any driver, right? There will be link available. This is simple way, right? You can see that is the thing. You can download it, or here I can also download it. So here I am already downloaded HTML unit driver. Where it is placed? Yeah, that was the. It will look like Selenium jar file. It is jar file, right? So first thing is that you need to associate in your project, right? You need to select the project. You need to right click here, right? You need to go to the properties. You need to go to the Java build path. You need to click on the add external jars and you need to select it, that jar file, HTML unit driver, right? After that you need to click apply and close. So here no need to call anything because it's already jar file already added, right? So you need to add block comment everything. So now if you want to use it, so you need to just write few lines. WebDriver, okay. So it will be WebDriver driver equal to new HTML driver. That is the object. Wave. One second. Driver equal to new HTML. Press Control Enter. Let's see what is coming. HTML unit driver. Right. So that is a simple thing you need to create it. Now we need to import. I think already imported here HTML unit driver. Right. HTML unit driver. After that same way you can go with the driver to get URL. Right. And then you can type something called SYSO printout, right, in the console. So SYSO driver dot get current URL, get page source, get title, like that, right, whatever you want. But you will not able to see the visualization. It will not open the Facebook page because it will be just doing the internal driver dot title, get title, right. So that is the only difference, right. This is, you can see how easily you can write your code, but you will not able to see the execution because it is not having GUI, right? HTML unit driver is the fastest driver, it is not having any GUI and it will be much faster compared to the other driver. So you can see only you are able to see the result but not the GUI part because it is a headless browser. You will be able to see the result in the console only. Otherwise, rest of the thing you will not able to validate whether it's happening or not, but you can get the result. You can see here, this is my current URL, this is my title. But that whatever operation you can do it. So that is the one way for the HTML unit driver. Then I will see how we can do the headless browser testing for the Chrome browser as well, right? So let's copy the same line and I want to print out, right? So I don't want to see the execution. I just only want to get the detail from the Chrome driver, right? So how can I do it? So WebDriver equal to okay. First I'll be setting the properties. Then you need to use a Chrome option here. Chrome option. Okay, some line I need to use it. Chrome options. Suppose say option, that is the variable I'm creating, equal to new Chrome option. That is the first line you need to add it. You can import it from the org.opening.selenium.chrome. Then you need to make it headless, right? Headless. So how can you do it? Dot headless, right? Set headless. You can see there's a method available. You need to make it true. So automatically the browser will be headless Chrome browser. Now you can create an object, for instance, WebDriver driver equal to no new Chrome driver. Here you need to give that variable only. That otherwise remaining line of code will still same. So that is the two line you need to add it, and in the third line you need to just give that option. So it will not able to see visualize the execution, right? But you will only get the desired result in your console. So just like I am making it headless, though it's Chrome browser, but I am making it headless. You could see driver was started successfully, but you will not able to see the driver is opening. No, it is you will not able to see, but you will get the desired result. Yeah, you can see driver did not open, right? But you can get the desired result. So that is the way, right? Another options, right? You can do make it browser headless for these two browsers. That is the most used two browser. One is the HTML unit driver, and one is the Chrome browser. You can use it. Is it clear, guys? Any questions? Sometimes some people's right use. Yeah, yeah. Tell me. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it will work, right? It will work, but you will not able to see it. Whatever you want to do, same way it will work. No need to worry. Everything it will work same way. Yeah, yeah, just like same way, right? Just like the same way. Diver dot send key like that. Diver dot and go click on that one. It will go to the next part. After that, you can validate check the, like that, but it will not able to see the execution. Yeah, 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 yeah. Everything will be same. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yes, yeah. Here also, right, we are launching the browser, right? But you are not able to see, but you are getting the desired result, right? Current URL and the how it is getting because it is not work opening the browser, but otherwise it is same way. It is internal logic. You know, even I do not know how it is working. Okay, from the testing standpoint, but that is the logic they have implemented. Is it interesting or not? That one, even I found interesting. Some I did not implemented it, but yeah, that is the part, right? People are telling, but I did not implement it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The Chrome browser I recently started. I mean, recently tried how to make disable. I would didn't I have did some analysis after that. I found it that Chrome browser also it is possible with that one Chrome options only. But apart from that, even I think 6 months or 1 year before only I get to know. Okay, before that I was only assumption that only HTML browser can be used, but yeah, Chrome browser can be also used. That are the other browser. This is the reference I got, but I did not use it. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Another two more topics is there. Okay, cool. So all the topics will be I release will be getting. I can sure. I mean, tell you that most of the topics will be. I mean, getting it. I mean, new, right? Maybe you did not heard a few of the topics. Okay, interesting one. The next one I can definitely let you know that you did not hard even. That is the find ByAll Locator. Okay. So I used in some of the project, then I was struggling how I can implement it. Then I only get to know. So that is the reason I thought that maybe that is the interesting, but you will not get even in the YouTube and other part also. Not easily. Not plenty amount of information available for that one. So by all in the real time, right? Whenever you are creating a framework, suppose say you are identify the element with the help of class name, ID, like that, right? So you have the only one option to identify element with the help of one ID. But say tomorrow ID got changed, then what will happen? What will happen means your keep will get failed. I mean you need to again identify the ID, right? Maybe another ID or the other difference like class name, all this stuff, and then you need to hard code. But in case maybe you already know that your skip might be your some of the things might get changed. Maybe out of 1,000 element, maybe 20 element gets changed. There's a probability because in the real time you will be giving only suppose sometime people are saying that within 2 hours you need to provide me the result, automation you have to run, automation you need to provide me a result, and that time in the some failure is coming, right? Maybe after 2 months time, 3 months time, whenever you're running it, so it will be real challenge for you. You cannot debug the thing, it will take time, you will not able to send the desired result. That is the problem, because development automation development you will get plenty time, 2 months time, 3 months time, 6 months time, but in the run time, right, people used to say that I need to you need to run your 100 script, 100 regression case, and you need to give me the result in day or 2 day, but at that time your script is getting failed, then you will take the time, but that time you are not having because everybody looking at early result, because they need to deploy something like that, right? So that your quick span of time, so your thing will be need to be updated, right? Definitely that is the maintenance work is required, but in case you know that maybe some of the 20 field might get changed, right? Some of the attribute get changed, so for this thing you can go with multiple attribute at the same time. So the by all locator is giving you the options to use multiple locator at the same time, so that one technique is getting failed, you can go with the other technique. Automatically it will check for the other technique. Suppose in case you are giving ID, class name, so automatically your ID is getting failed, it will go for the name. Name is failing, it will go for the class. In case everything is failing, then it will throw the error. So that is the important thing. So ByAll, yeah, yes. Yeah. No, no. So suppose say in case you know that maybe for few of the element your thing got changed, right? Whatever you are doing, so that you can use multiple element during your writing your code, so that one thing is getting failed. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. 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 Right. So ByAll is an extra special locator in Selenium WebDriver which help user to find element based on the given locator. Locator can be any ID name, class name, expresses like that. So ByAll locator tries to find the element using the fast locator. If the element is not present, then it wait for the given implicit wait time. One is reaches the maximum wait time, and if there is no element, then ByAll method tries to find the element using the second locator, and it goes on like the third, fourth, like that until it finds the element or there is no more locator, right? So let's try to implement it. So now let's comment out this code. Definitely I want to see it for the now, and let's remove it. Okay. So in the Facebook page, suppose say I want to identify element driver dot find element, suppose say by dot id say. Okay. So what is that one? So say your ID was say email one. Okay, yesterday it was email one, and today it got changed to email. So yesterday you written your code called email one, right? It was email one. But today whenever you are running it, right? So you want to send keys something like that, right? Send keys. Suppose say I want to. So today it was email one, right? And it was working fine yesterday. Sorry, yesterday it was email one, and it was working fine yesterday. But today it got changed to email, right? So today if you want to run it, right, it will definitely fail. Just giving the example. Okay. So yesterday say it was email one and it was work fine, but today it is changed to email. That is the reason your script will fail. So what we will do? Yeah. We will implement here the ByAll locator, right? Yeah, ByAll one. Yeah. So that I will try to implement multiple locators so that right one locator is got fail, other locator will work, for the other it will work like that. Okay. Yeah, right. Dynamic kind of stuff. Right. So you can see now it will got fail because yesterday it was email one, it worked fine, but today it got changed to email. Okay, so it will fail here. Because we have given 30 seconds time. That is the reason you are waiting for 30 seconds, not giving the immediate result. Please try to understand here. That is the reason I did not remove it. So it will wait for 30 seconds. Even genuine result is coming, it will wait for 30 seconds to validate multiple things. Okay, you could see after 30 seconds it will throw the error only. So what is my error? And which line? You could see this is the line, right? Error came. Okay. And what is my error? What is my error here? Yeah, no such element exception error. So we will try to implement here new other thing. So this is my initial part. So here I will try to implement the ByAll locator. Okay. So it will be driver dot find element here, and then I will be calling it new ByAll. Okay. It will be new, then ByAll. Right here you can give other part, right? Multiple part. So suppose say I want to go with by dot id. So say id was say sorry, for id was email one, right, which is not working now, email one, right? Then you can give comma here. Oh. then you can go with by dot name, right? So what is the name here? Name is also email, right? Name is also email. So let's give it also email one. So it will not work, right? Email one. Now next give other one called expert. Sorry, by dot expert. What it is throwing error of email one. So expert might be not changed. So I can take by default expert. Let's try to get the default expert. Yeah. Yeah, similar way you can find it, right? You cannot find all the elements at the same time. Is it possible to find all the element? Only find elements, yeah, in case similar type of thing is there, you can use with the tag name and other stuff. Right here, after that you can use dot send keys. So every element you need to find with uniquely, right? One second, why the error message is coming? Uh, okay, by all. Okay, I need to implement the by all. It is coming from the OpenQA selenium.support.factory. After that, if I print dot send keys, yeah, it will work. Now, if you want to print any name, you cannot identify all the elements at the same time, right? You need to identify element one by one only. It is not possible in the real time as well, because every element is having the unique entity, right? So now, suppose say here it is failed. It is failed. So it will try to first match with the first one. It is get failed. It will go for the second. It will go for like that, so on. So here it is. It will pass. Still it will work. So that is the reason, right? In case one is not working, you can give two or three, so that one case it is passed, it will still not throw the error. So that is the additional benefit in the real time. Wherever you know that there is something called attribute can't change, especially for the dynamic one, right? And in the real time you are having the release time, right, to run your script, so that you can before that you can just do some extra precaution and add this important attribute at the same time, so that your script will never fail. Even your some of the volatile component is getting changed, but something will work. Either or, like that. Either anyone is working, then it is fine. You can see the value will be getting entered. Because one thing is getting failed, it will go for the next thing will be getting failed, it will go for the next, and within the 30 seconds time it will just value will be getting entered. In case none of the thing is getting worked, right, it will throw the error. No error also there. Why it is taking so much time? Yeah, it is getting entered. Okay. So that is the beauty, right? In case you real time you know that some of the thing might not work, so then you can implement it. So I'm not saying that always it will be really helpful, but yeah, in case some of the time you know that some of the thing might get changed, you can use that one. In the framework part, right? You can there will be option called use that multiple part. You can use it in standalone mode. Okay. So that is the additional thing might you think for a, because everybody is trying to innovate something nowadays, right? So that is kind of innovation you can see, right? You could tell. This is the new implement. I mean, new thing. I think 2 or 3 years or 4 years back that came into the market only. Right? Even I was not aware. So from one of my friend I heard that is the thing came, then I have tried to implement it after a lot of analysis. Then it is the very easiest one, but at that time no information was available in the market until people are not implementing, right? So that nobody will be really know, because this is a very minute thing. So that is the way, right? As and when you will be working, as and when you will be connecting with your friend, colleagues, whoever is working on the arena, right? Just then try to get to know the lot of thing, new thing is coming, and you can try with them. And if you just analyze little bit, right, it will give you a lot of other thing, right? So that is the, if you analyze one thing, another new thing you can learn, and then you can tell the same thing to the other person will tell you same thing. That way you can enhance your knowledge, guys. So that is the reason, right? Go to some LinkedIn post, better post, right? Go to the some Facebook post, go to some random URL page, then you can get to know a lot of information, the what are the thing is happening also, right? So good post is also available nowadays from the people, right? Whenever anything is new coming, they are trying to create the video, try to create the documentation, try to do the analysis. Then only you can update yourself, because industry is getting, getting through kind of rapid changes, right? So you have to learn few of the new thing is coming, right? And those things might not be easy to implement this. So for concept purpose, it might be sometime, but if you want to implement that, you will find a lot of additional challenges. Okay, so that is the another thing you need to make it mind. Okay. Yeah. So another topic from today's session, very crucial part, right? So why I have included, right? Few of the interviewer asked that question. Okay, that how to select an option from the auto suggest drop down. Even I did not find plenty of information in the Google and YouTube also. That time, three years back, 2 or 3 years back. Okay. So you can find there is something called search basically, right? Google search and other search also, right? Where if you give something in the drop down, right, it will show you some suggestion. And then how can you select that from the suggestion itself, right? Suppose if you go to the Google page, say if you go to the Google page here, right? So if you enter something called, right, say Selenium, right? So just if you enter something Selenium, then you could see lot of options is coming, right? Selenium divider will see as Selenium download, Selenium jar file like that. But it does not guarantee that whether the sequence will be same or no more options will be coming. Suppose now you can see Selenium WebDriver CS is coming first, right? But if you select Selenium jar for jar download, it is getting selected. And the next time if you type Selenium, so that will be your first option, right? That is the problem. You even sequence is also not correct, right? It will everything every time it get changed. Now type with Selenium again, it option might get changed, and also the sequence of the option suggestion is also get changed, right? Might get changed. Then how you can select something from the drop down, right? This is called auto suggestive drop down, especially for the search box, right? So while user navigating to any software website with search box, and that search box shows auto suggest list when user types some word inside it. Simple example of Ajax auto suggest drop down list is Google search suggestion. When user will type something inside, it will show them a list of suggestion from where user can be selected based on the need. So expert pattern should be for all the option whatever displaying the option expert pattern will be always same, right? So user need to use the loop to feed that changing values to expert of drop down list different items. Other one thing user need to consider is user do not know how many item is there, because every time it will change, and what is the sequence of the item. So some keyword user maybe show 2 items, some keyword it might be show 20 item like that, right? Then how you can handle those part? Okay, so let's try to implement this. So say first thing is that I need to go to the URL first. So I'll be going to the code here, going to the URL. Let's comment out the implicit time for now. Right here it will be Google page. Right. Then next thing is that suppose say you need to identify the element first, right? The name. So driver dot find element by dot. Right, let's first see how what is the inspector. Press Windows F12 and let's try to inspect it. Yeah, what is name is q, so I can find out with the help of name. By dot name, right, by dot name is q. So what I want to search here, I want to search Selenium, right? Dot send key, all are small letters. Then what I want to do, so as and when I'm pressing send keys, right, I need to wait for some time, then only document will be displayed. Maybe I want to wait for 2 or 3 second time, so I can hard code it, right? Thread dot sleep. Otherwise, it will not be displayed, right? It might take 1 minute, 2 minutes, so 3 seconds I am giving it. So now I can, yeah. See. After that, it will show you list of element, right? It is not a one element, right? Right. So let's try to identify the XPath for this element. So it will be same only. Yeah, you could see something is coming as class, right? Let's try to identify the XPath. So here, what is starting with div, right? Control F slash div slash third bracket at the rate class. So that's why I can create the XPath. You could see 1 out of 11 item is coming, right? You could see here 11. So 8, 9, 10, 11. So total 11 item is coming, right? You can print out the list also, right? So how can you print out it? First thing is that, so you need to call driver dot find elements, because it is giving list of element, right? What is return type? Return type is web element list. So you no need to write anything by yourself, right? By dot XPath. And what is the XPath? You can paste it here. Not this one. So you can take the XPath. And here I'll be storing it with the list of web element. List web element. Then I need to keep the variable name, say options, right? What is the error coming? I need to import list from java.util. Then I can print out the simply option.size, because option will print you the options, but the size will print you the total number of size. So it should match with 11, right? If you run the code, if you do not know from here, if you do not want to run it, if you run your code, you can see the output should be 11. That with the Selenium in matching Google, right, 11 options is there, like Selenium WebDriver, Selenium web tutorial, like that. So it will be coming in the page. Now if you want to just select something, then how can you select it? That also possible. Yeah, you could see it is working, but and if you want to print out the, yeah, you could see it's 11 is coming, right? So it is working here. Now next question is that I want to select something from the drop down. Suppose say I want to select Selenium download, right, or Selenium WebDriver. Then how can I select it? So you need to use a for loop here. For I will start with integer I equal to 0. Here I less than options dot size. So it will definitely not go to the option. It will go options dot size, because n minus 1, 0 to n minus 1, I plus plus. So here I will be giving a condition called if options dot get of I dot get text, because you are getting the text, right? Get text dot equal ignore case, means I am ignoring the case here. In case it is equal ignore case Selenium WebDriver. So in case it doesn't matter whether uppercase or lowercase you are giving it, then another bracket, and here you need to give third bracket because that is the if condition. So it will click the options dot get of I dot click, right? And it will break the loop because I don't want to continue. In case my option is getting matched, why I need to continue, right? So option here, no second bracket here. Okay, why I am giving break? So I already suppose say I want to go to the 10 kind of flat. In case my person is getting match, definitely I don't want to go to the remaining by that is when, as said, when option is getting match, immediately click on that and break out of the loop. So that is the line of code I have written, right? So you can see it might look complex but not look complex. First you are navigating to the page and you are searching, typing something, and we are waiting for some time so that page will be loaded. So option will be loaded. After that, all the similar options you are storing it in the options with the help of the XPath, right? Then you are going through a for loop 0 to n minus 1, and you are checking if that particular options text equal ignoring casing equal to something. Immediately you are clicking on that and you are just getting out of the loop. That is a simple line of code you are writing, and you are just run as. You could see first Selenium will be typed. After that, all the options will be displayed. Then Selenium WebDriver will be selected, and it will go to the next page. So that is the way it will work, right? Okay. So that is the last topic from today. So let's me go through the recapture all the stuff. Then we will take the question in case you are having anything. Yeah. Just 1 minute. Yeah. So you all, yeah, we already know how to handle the frame. You can go in case there is a two frame is available. First thing is that you can get some options called frame load, right? In case otherwise you can just press F12 button. You can press Ctrl F and you can just type iframe in case anything is available. In case frame is available, right? You can handle the frame with the help of frame index, frame name, or the frame element reference. In case outer loop, outer frame or inner frame is there, first you need to go to the outer frame, and from the outer frame you need to go to the inner frame. Then you can similar way you can interact with that. You can capture the screenshot, 3-step process, right? I already mentioned. You can implicit weight in case you want to go it at the actions level. You can go with implicit weight. If you want to go with specific condition level, you can go with the explicit weight, right? You can do the headless browser testing with the help of HTMLUnitDriver or the Chrome browsers. It will not open the browser, but you execute it fast. You can able to see the result, right? And ByAll Locator technique, through which, right, you can instead of one element reference or element locator, you can give multiple element locator. So in case something is failing, it will work. Oh, try for the other options as well. Then it will work accordingly. And the series kind of auto suggest drop down in Selenium options, right? First you need to search, type the keyword, immediately all the options will be there. You need to go to the XPath. After that, all the relevant XPath you need to get with the help of find element. You need to store in some list. After that, whatever element you want to click, right, you need to check the particular condition with the help of text, and then you can immediately click and you can just break out the loop. So that are the different topics I have tried to cover from today's session. Thank you.